So I already pulled one of these out. Draw monsters in place of your real fears. ASMR. Let's start. Let's get it. Do you see how crisp this is? Crisp. I did this exercise. I feel really good about it. I kind of want to explain it a little bit because if you were just some random person, you would look at it and you'd be like, this is some simple doodle. What's so special about this? First of all, any sort of art is beautiful in its own way. This is for anyone to do whenever they want. This is for anyone who wants to work on themselves, okay? So, is this special? To me it is, because this girl right here is me. The entire time I was drawing this, I thought to myself, man, I really want to smoke weed right now. Some would say, no, I don't have an addiction, or I didn't have an addiction. I don't smoke weed anymore, I quit. But that craving is still there. I used to do it a lot whenever I would paint or do art. It wasn't serving me anymore. It was actually causing more problems for me. I would smoke weed to enjoy painting, and then eventually it turned into me just having straight up panic attacks during the painting. I would just not feel good about it anymore. I started to get into paranoia. I wasn't even like, some would say I was a moderate user. It turned into just weekends, then it turned into waiting till the evenings. Essentially, in this sketch, my biggest fear, I've said this in a previous video, is being a terrible mother to my children. I just wanted to add real quick that if you are a mom and you smoke weed, like that's totally fine, completely. You do you, boo. It's just personally not for me. There's nothing wrong with that. I wanted to just put that in there because like there's no judgment here. I'm not judging that, okay? It's okay to have something that helps you relax. Marijuana is something that helps people a lot. It's just, for me, it was causing panic attacks and paranoia, which is definitely not something that you should do. It's definitely not something that's healthy, so, and I think that people change. In this sketch, I don't want to be relying on drugs or alcohol to live my life as a mom, and I don't want my children to think that this is just something that everyone does. And I don't want to traumatize them because I'm always in a negative mindset. I hate that I grew up as a pessimist. I like to think of myself as a positive person. However, when I have those dark moments, I definitely end up in a dark place, a dystopian place, and I don't want my babies to be sad about that. I want them to be happy. This was just a fun sticker collage. Okay, this is the fun part of the sesh. I know not everyone has children, and that's okay. This is just one of the fears that I have. The biggest fear that I have. When you do have children, to be honest, I feel like that's most parents' fears, is just not being good enough for your kids, because when you grow up as a child in a household full of negativity and narcissistic parents, you don't want that when you get older. Just plain and simple, you don't want that. So in this sketch, I am the monster, and I don't want to be that. I don't think I am. Currently, I think I'm working towards a better life for me and my children. Those of you who don't have children, it's like, it's totally cool if you have like other fears besides that. Like, I'm trying to remember before I have kids, the biggest fear that I had was probably just like, what is the meaning of life? Like, what is why am I here? Wait, so I just realized I didn't say my actual fear before children. The fear was I was not good enough, like, for anything. Constantly in fear of, like, being broke. Even though I was financially well off, I was, what is it called? Dual income without kids. Dual income, DWICs. The anxiety that I had was nothing compared. The anxiety was like, oh, am I good enough to be here? Like, do I need to go? Now I'm just like, when the babies were first here, I would just be staring at them and I'd just be like, are you still breathing? I didn't see that belly move. Now I'm just trying to keep them from still killing themselves, like jumping off the couch and hitting themselves on really anything. Those toddlers. Besides the point. And then when I had children, that's when I was like, well, now I can't leave because I gotta take care of them, you know? So yeah, my biggest fear is me being addicted again like that and being a bad mom. Plain and simple. Please, I really want this to be an interactive video, and I really want you to tell me what your fears are in the comments below. This is short and sweet. That's how I like it. That's how I like it like that.